We're going to look at the word belief. Uh, Again, we're going to quote out of Black's 10th. It says, a state of mind that regards the existence or truth of something as likely or relatively certain. Conviction about the truth of something. Now, belief, if we look at the earlier understandings of the etymology of the word, lief means love. So true belief is to be love, because God is love, as it says in Scripture. And truth, of course, occurs with God. So when we have a false belief or a false conception, we're in an opposite position. And that's why we've done so much work in trying to explain the difference between truth and fiction, Christianity versus the legal system, man's law, positive law, not to be confused from to be God's law. Most secular Christians believe that they're obligated to be a legal participant following man's law. And that's due to the fact that they're in confusion on their belief. So, would God actually have you subject yourself to false beliefs that these legal nations dictate? They believe that abortion is okay. They believe that same-sex marriage is okay. Those are things that are completely contrary to the Bible. So why would Christians be up against that in a problem if they weren't in a participation in the legal system that would chastise them for those beliefs? Because the legal system accepts all those things. But belief does not, in the legal system, allow you to act. So we're going to go to belief action distinction out of Black's 10th, and it says constitutional law. In First Amendment law, the Supreme Court's distinction between allowing a person to follow any chosen belief and allowing the state to intervene if necessary to protect others from the practices of that belief. Now, what they're saying there is that in the legal world of positive law of man's governments that run civil law, your beliefs are not going to allow you to act in many cases because it could offend unbelievers of Christianity. Your beliefs could be considered hate crimes, hate speech, because you're speaking something that's contrary. And in fact, laws have been directed and enacted to penalize people who think they can operate in the legal as Christians, which could end up offending people who do not believe in Christianity and believe in immoral practices, to the extent that they would believe they're being inhibited or hindered by these Christian believers. So they could be fined, they could lose their properties if they get in the way of people who actually have a belief system in the legal that is contrary to Christianity. Therefore, you can believe what you want, but you better not act on it. And acting on it would be speaking as what I'm doing. The reason why I'm able to say this right now is because I'm not a Canadian. I'm not a legal entity. I'm not the property of Her Majesty or any crown or state of the world of man. I am the property that was purchased by Jesus Christ. He died for that, and he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So I'm not going to mess around in the sandbox of unbelievers so I can become their tortured property.